Here we go. Here we go again. I don't know which attempt it is at streaming and fixing the PC and making everything work, but I think today it's gonna work. Hello everyone. Especially welcome back to the struggle if you have seen me try to stream for 2 weeks and it never worked. Well, kind of a test stream to some extent. We'll do 3 daily races. Should be fun, and it should work, right? Yeah, Decker, hello. Indeed, hopefully a good stream. Yeah, it turns out it was a very simple solution yesterday when I tried to fix it. I would have needed only one single click and it would all work. But to find that one single click, I needed 4 hours. I mean, I guess I have a minute remaining to explain what the click was. Or maybe I should wait till I get some more concurrent viewers so I can explain to everybody and apologize for the problems with streaming. Me when making setups, yeah. Copy. Right, so yeah, issue was that I had that blur, like on this main camera here, on this one. Like I had, like this is the door and here is the wall and a bit of that clothes drying stuff hiding there. I thought it's like a nice touch to just put a little bit of blur. So I downloaded OBS background removal tool, which actually has also blur effect. And it turns out it was absolutely destroying the CPU, like 15% OBS usage. So yeah. What I'm waiting here before going in is to just register for the next one as well. But maybe because I'm registered, it's not gonna let me. Because the next one, like, there is only 2 minutes of wiggle room to click. So I hoped I could register for the one in 40 minutes. I'll wait half a minute more. I was just worried because it's 38-minute event, but the spacing is like 20 minutes. So like I wanted to just click another one, but it's not gonna go away, right? Because I'm registered. One more try. Daily races? Nah. Well, I guess I'll cross the finish line and very quickly escape and register for the next one after this. Right. Will you do any official championships? I'm not really sure. So I have signed up for that VMS Pro Season 2 and it's gonna be bigger and better and faster, and I think I'll just spend all my time on that alongside some weekly and special events and some dailies now and then. Right, well, what more do we have here? Less fuel. We still have to go, I guess, for this maximum rear brake bias. A bit less TC. FFB. Where are you? And before I do anything else, let me quickly add a little bit of that filter. I think it was like 55. Okay. Because the curbs are aggressive. And it's loud. Okay. Yeah, joining the Ferrari Cup, but I really don't understand why now suddenly it's supposedly a Ferrari Cup. I mean, there was a little bit of BOP, but it's not a huge BOP. Is it just me? Let me know if the engine sounds are loud. In OBS I see them very loud. It's not my headset. Sound. Well, that should be better now, I think. Yeah, well, radio check 1, 2, 3. I think that's good now. I can decrease it further if you want. Anyway, welcome to Fuji. It's a beautiful Mustang Cup, such a nice car. And obviously I have zero practice, so I have no idea what will happen. But it shouldn't be too big of a deal, to be honest. The car drives itself almost. Yeah, also I think all the lagging and stuttering issues on the stream should be fixed because of removal of the blur plugin. I really don't get it, like it was so weird. I can that plugin either is produced either blurs the face cam background by CPU or by GPU. If I made it to blur it by GPU, then stream was fine, but I lost a lot of FPS in game. And if I made it to blur by CPU, then I gained FPS in game. But it absolutely destroyed all the performance of OBS. And I didn't realize it soon enough. And it's like instantly when I turned off the plugin, without even uninstalling, I just fixed all my problems. 2PC setup, yeah, indeed. But I mean, like, it's not like I really need that background blur anyway. Like, my background is not really... there is not much of it, and it's not really big improvement if I blur. And I don't know if I'm ready for the hassle of having a streaming PC and a gaming PC and like capture card and linking everything together. And suffering through all the delays and everything that can happen with sound and image. This car is so good. Looking forward to the Lexus. Hi Vandal, if I remember that name correctly. But yeah, I mean, okay, I guess I could still improve a little bit the gain on the camera. It's a bit high. I think this is better. I remembered, nice. Alright then. Should get 2 laps here. 11 ABS is a bit too aggressive. Hi Luca, well, funny enough, 10 minutes before stream I had 0 sounds. Now I have 0 rotation. Yeah, I had to restart PC and unplug and replug the headset and everything like that. There is this Logitech G Hub, and I can set the camera, like the face camera, and the mouse with LEDs that I have, and the headset through that. But it turns out that it disables force feedback on R Factor 2 on all steering wheels, even non-Logitech. So I had to uninstall it, reinstall some very old version. But now that old version is like just useless and making all kinds of issues. So I tried to open the program and it just destroyed all the audio. So I need to find half a second at least, probably more. And yeah, I have the X3D now, the most goodest of the CPUs that one can have for sim racing, supposedly. And it's funny that I instantly figured out conditions under which I'm very, very performance limited by the GPU now. I mean, my FPS kind of doubled at least overall, but as soon as I tried increasing my game settings, like the graphic settings and post-processing a bit, I very quickly had less than 100 FPS again. As we just about run out of time for another lap, but just about take the pole position, although yeah, tires just about hit some kind of operating window. Many people are still on the laps, so probably I'm gonna lose that pole. Dave Cam, ooh, never raced against him, as my wristband is kind of clawing itself into my skin, which is not great. It's just so important for me to have this wristband, even if it might look silly, but yeah, I can surely feel the wrists for like 2 or 3 days after longer races especially. Yeah, that must be the Dave Cam. I just wish that I could have at least stable 144 FPS in all conditions, even on highest details. But I mean, highest details is kind of photo mode, so fair enough. I mean, I can run everything almost on highest if I don't have OBS, but yeah, eventually I will in a year or two think of new GPU as well. The 38 is a really good one, but in a year or two maybe I will think of better GPU and then maybe a monitor upgrade to go from 1080p vertical resolution to 1440. Hi Jose, thank you. I'm streaming, yeah, so I tested different encoding. I tested that X264 and then I tested in NVIDIA NVENC both the H264 and the HEVC or whatever it's called, for those of you who know. I tested everything and supposedly the H264 through the NVIDIA is the way to go. How many laps are we getting? I mean, I'm just gonna do like normally and take full tank and I don't know, 45 liters, 42. Do you have time to calculate? It could be 13 laps. I got the pole in the end. I'm just gonna be safe with 45. Probably that's way too much, but it doesn't make too much of a difference with such a heavy GT3 anyway. Plus minus 10 liters. But yeah, it's interesting that streaming through GPU doesn't really cost any extra FPS, because the GPU has like a separate processing something that can encode video without hurting the frame rate. It's quite early launch here, right? I forgot. Well, we're racing and the stream is still running. Would you believe it? Uh-oh. Glad I outbraked myself, because if I didn't, I would have gotten collected, of course. Classic Fuji start. Ooh, sparks. Did I put special effects to low? Or like soft particles? Potentially I did. ABS is back to 11. Time to get dive bombed by Dave Cam. I do the full setup. Yeah, potentially Daniela, although it's a weird car to set up. I remember doing a Spa setup and I just gained a lot by reducing the front anti-roll bar despite higher feeling better. But it's kind of oversteery. Like quite positive, but you need to, I don't know, induce a bit of rotation somehow. P1 is going quite quick here. We just completed a race in full VR. Yeah, well, yeah, for sure more demanding. I wish I can have that experience one day. But I just really don't know what hardware it would take to have like stable high frame rate in VR on good details and good graphic settings. It's back in the day, a decade ago, you kind of had medium high hardware and you could just crank up everything to max in sim games. Now you can have everything, all the best stuff, and it still will not hit high numbers. Like if you have 1440p ultra wide with, I don't know, 165 or even 240 Hz, it's gonna be impossible to hit that. This setup really gains a lot of rotation the more that you press the brake until you hit ABS. I mean, makes sense. Hi Tariq. Well, how am I? I am very excited that I'm actually able to race and stream, you know. Long time after everything worked cleanly 2 weeks ago. But yeah, like half of PC is new, so performance is better, I have higher FPS, all is good and nice. Tariq, you had, was it you in P1 in the leaderboard for this daily race? I think it was you. Or were you P2? Yeah, there is no GPU for VR yet. One day. Have really nice last corner. That's quite important. Arda, I'm still calculating. We have time till tomorrow, right, to sign up for a car for VMS Pro. It's gonna be a fun series. If I saw correctly, there will be James Baldwin on the grid. Tonight, copy. Yeah, I mean, I saw so many Ferraris signed up, but again, I really don't understand. Like, it's Ferrari it has been a good car, right? Between LMH cars, but it didn't really fully stand out. You could win races with Toyota, you could win races with not going for the dive yet. You could win races with the Peugeot, with both Peugeots in fact. And then the plus 20 kilograms for LMH, for LMDH with 5 horsepower less is not too big of a deal. So not sure if I missed some extra change, but in the change log there was nothing that would imply it suddenly becoming a Ferrari Cup. But I have not tested it properly, so yeah. We will see. I have indeed overfueled quite a lot here. Anyway, the pace is there. Just need to find a gap. Is it a gap or a gap? Back to the language discussions. It is a good chance. Let's go. No defense. Okay. Well then, we take the lead. Yeah, let's see about the tires. I don't know, like if I was driving a Porsche now, I would be already spinning for sure. Wait, has the Porsche been updated already? I think it has, right? Or hasn't it? I kind of forgot about all the VOP changes. Yeah, I think... Yeah, the Porsche got a huge update. I was just deep into iRacing for a week or two, so... I wasn't really following LMU scene too much. I mean, that VMS Pro situation reminds me of R-Factor 2 GT Pro Season 2, where suddenly people have figured out that the Corvette is quite a nice car. Ooh, nice dive for Dave Cam. Into P2 he goes. And then, well, most of the grid was Corvettes, so it wasn't too much fun. And then they realized they have to do that BOP, or like car draft procedure, where first 5 get the car without BOP, and then like from car 5 onwards, every next choice is plus 5 kilograms or something like that, or plus 10. It produced quite a good season with a lot of many different cars. But you know what is fun? If 80% of grid takes the Ferrari, and then the podium is mostly consistent of a Lambo, of a Toyota, and of a Peugeot, and all the Ferraris are like barely getting into top 5. That would make it fun from spectator POV. Good afternoon, Mario. And yeah, Jerry, the Porsche is the Porsche. Even after update, well, it's a lot different. I think it's a lot better, but it's still a Porsche. And yeah, I just prefer front-engine cars, feeling-wise. Yeah, the leaderboard P1 I think is like 39 something. I thought that maybe I could go close to that, but don't think that's the case. Tires slowly starting to lose some grip, and yeah, I'm a second off where I should be. But well, Quali was my first practice, so cannot just go for leaderboard P1s. The M4 is really nice, but Mustang is really nice as well. I actually prefer Mustang. The next race, what is it? It should be, I think, LMP2 at Monza without turn 1. So 18:00 time slot. There should be actually plenty of time to register for that. Yeah, Mario, thank you so much for the like, deploying it. I'm thinking that probably YouTube algorithm is kind of not liking me at the moment too much, because I stopped streaming for quite some time because I had issues. I couldn't fix them in time, so not much uploads and live streaming, so now the algorithm will be angry with me, so probably more than ever necessary for me to ask and thank you guys for the likes that you give me, so I get going again. It should be 2 more laps. Oh yeah, I have overfueled by 5. Dave Cam is quick. I mean, he's good. He's a very good driver, of course. It's not a surprise. But I cannot let him catch me. Let's put some green sectors together. Olivier, about FSR, a very difficult question. At the moment, it feels very bad for FSR, to be honest. I think I thought of it on stream live once already, but I mean, FSR went from F1 Challenge to R Factor 1 to R Factor 2, and now suddenly the next generation of the sim that FSR would be running is without a Formula car, so yeah. And then does it really make sense to keep going with the highest level league on a sim that is not really being developed? It's surely a fantastic sim for some races. Like I will do this historic like HRC, you know, as I streamed the 1954's sports car season and the Trans Am. I will do another season like that. It's gonna be with Formula cars from the 60s, and that's what RF2 is about at the moment, I think. But to be e-sporting it 10 hours per week, it's if it was broadcasted in front of a big audience for a big exposure, then sure, for good content. But at the moment it looks like everybody just switched to Le Mans Ultimate or to GPVWC, which seems to be still kind of thriving. Hi Chad, what TC? Well, I can show you. I mean, I don't really know what I normally run, I just put it like to 537. I think 3 is quite aggressive, even like could have 2, 3, maybe 4, but with 4 you can really just smash the throttle, go flat out everywhere. Anyway, across the line, and let's do a nice 360 for the content. And I avoided the wall like Michi avoided it at Sebring in iRacing. Nah, Michi was closer. I think he will upload a reel or like a short on YouTube from that, but he spun out and within 100 meters he was like 1 centimeter close from hitting the wall 3 times. Quick check of the replay. I have 3 minutes-ish to register. Right, so into turn 1. Of course. It's mandatory. Like, you cannot have a Fuji race without at least 1 or 2 cars doing that. Yeah, I mean, arguably if I made the apex I would be like over here somewhere, so he would not smash into me, but where is Dave Cam? Good avoidance for him. Slightly lucky, but he made it out of there. Okay. Well, was a good drive. And before... Okay, it's already generated. Plus 1%, that's fine. I lost 22% yesterday because of the game crash. So that's not great. Anyway, still in the middle of gold. So it's GT3 fixed. And then I guess 40 minutes after that it's the LMP2 fixed. So register and now think what car to take. You know what? I have not driven the Ferrari for quite a long time. Is there a blue paint? There is no blue painted Ferrari, oh no. Anyway, register. And then I can quickly change the color of my LEDs to match the Ferrari. I guess this one. Well, that's kind of more like a wine color, not just red. Anyway, What lap times are we looking at? Well, that's quite tight in the leaderboard. Guess I will have to be happy with low 13s. But good to see a Ferrari in P2, so it's not a bad choice. Nobody likes the Porsche anymore, or what? I mean, it got like 100 plus kilograms, right? Yeah, I miscalculated the fuel, or like I just took way too much. Afternoon, Charlie. Hey, Joao. Yeah, indeed. Indeed, I'm still alive. The stream is alive. Everything is smooth. You cannot believe it. Stuff just works. I only spent like 10 hours or 15 hours trying to fix these bugs, but you know, I don't know. It feels like that in 2025, stuff should work a bit easier than that. I mean, it's kind of funny. Like even the Stream Deck that I use, so the buttons, like you know, that Elgato Stream Deck I have, it stopped working with OBS. I tried for 2 hours to find the solution, just nothing worked. And then I found a video of some people using some different version of OBS, like some portable version. And in that case, one had to find some obscure folder with some DLL files and copy paste that to some other obscure folder. And obviously I didn't have that folder, but I had a slightly different folder with slightly different named DLL files. I copy pasted those and then it started to work. And there was no, I searched everything, whole internet. There was no video, no blog post, no tutorial about how to fix it. Nowhere. Had to figure it out myself. I don't know. Maybe I'm bad at finding solutions on the internet, or maybe I mean I don't think I am, but it so many small issues before I could get back to the speed here with the streaming. It's quite unbelievable. So what do we have here? I guess Ferrari is brake biased to the rear as well. And let's see how this drives. Yeah, I mean, with PC, it's kind of everything sorted, not full yet. I think there might be still a problem with cooling. So I think I wrote about it in my Discord. Like I had an adapter. Like I have a cooler, Be Quiet cooler, like a big one for a very high TDP of CPU. It's good enough. But it's this is the outer layout. Copy. And that cooler is old. Well, old enough so that it didn't come with AMD 5 brackets, or like I don't know. I had to buy new ones, or maybe it came, but I couldn't find them. And then I bought 10 euros adapter for AM5 socket, and adapter came with like 3 spacers, and I needed 4 for each corner. Now I still don't know if a spacer is lying in some random part of my room. I was diligent with my, like with how cleanly I put all the boxes and all the screws and bolts when changing the PC parts, but that part nowhere to be found. So I mounted the cooler with 3 spacers, which could mean that the thermal paste got distributed unevenly, and like the cooler is not really pressed perfectly smooth or like straight towards the CPU, which is a bit of a worry. I mean, the temperatures don't go above 90, it's like 80, 85, cores are like 70, 75, which is fine, you know. But I have opened up case on both sides, and the cooler is a big one, like it should be 60 max, 65, but it goes to 80, so... in 6 months, it should be fine. Slowly but surely it's gonna be fixed. 7 minutes, yeah, I guess 12 laps is fine. Probably too much. Yeah, look, I benchmarked it on user benchmark, which I know is a bit of a not reliable website, especially for AMD benchmarking. But it told me that I am like... I run it 2 times. It told me I'm in 2 and 11 percentile. So like worst 11% of all the CPUs, which kind of makes me think there is some problem somewhere. So it could very well be the overheating. But like the CPU is not really getting loaded. Like I have it 35% now, I think, around. And before it was constantly 80 to 90%. 65, 70, yeah, indeed. So I have to fix that still, for sure. Well done. Is it a good choice? I think it is a good choice. Drives well. Not on cold tires though. It's a fine car. The front is a bit weak sometimes. But from the rear-engined cars, it's surely the most kind of not easy but predictable. Anyway, at the moment I'm just happy that I have stable frame rate and that it's all running smooth and well. Still too early or too late on the brakes. I think with some other cars it's easier to nail that chicane. Ah yeah, the Ferrari at Eau Rouge in all high-speed corners is still very sketchy. Especially in the slipstream. I saw that still being a big issue. TC is too aggressive, I put 4 to 4. Only gained a 10th. Hi, Francisca. Finally gaining some time on the Delta. Yeah, the rear brake bias is still relevant, but I mean, I'm running it now, it's good, but I think it's being fixed or patched. New Aston in P1. I would need to find 2 extra tents. One more attempt. It's just because I have a bit too much fuel again. How did I end up with so much extra fuel? Anyway, push push. That's a cut. Oh well. Yeah, the pace was there, but that chicane is just so difficult. You just have to understand. You have to do it like 20 times, and then you understand it. Well, anyway. P3 is alright. So now you got stop-go penalty even before you exit the pits. Was that the case before already? Anyway. So right, we're doing 1:13s. "17 laps. And what was the usage? Dan, don't worry, I have lost so much SR by the bugs that... or like DR. You're talking of SR. No worries. Even less worries about SR than about DR. Yeah, yo, that's a good point. Thank you, Kostas. Honk, yeah, there is still this Bahrain bug with the honking. It just keeps honking. Never stops. Charlie, I kind of agree about the Aston. Typically for last 5 years in RF2 and LMU it was bad. Off pace and bad with tire wear, but always felt really good. And now I think it's BOP'd very well. And it really feels good in the like corners where you need fast transition, weight transfer. How many laps did they say? 16. Okay, well. Put 2 extra. And the Aston is good on the straights, right? I think. Let's see. Gonna leave a bit more TC. Porsche, I mean Porsche is just changed, it's not really BOP'd, it's just heavily adjusted. Physics wise. He might get an illegal overtake here, but what a fight. I think he got away with it. Bonk. Ah, the Aston got away. This is really not good. Thought he would move over, or let me through at some point, but around the outside. Big dive coming. In 3, 2, 1. Luckily not. Well, I ran away. That was a good chicane. It's not gonna be easy to catch the leader. Yeah, no Porsches in top 8, but I think people are just scared of the Porsche now. I kind of left him space, right? Like half a car width on track and then the curb is very wide. Off track is not really as grippy as I thought. But out of DRS, out of slipstream for him, and now I have, well, 3 seconds to gain. So it should be, what, 30 more laps? 2 tenths per lap. I got confused by that Aston. They planed it. Lapped Aston exit, so they disrupt P2. That must have been a millimeter of a cut. Gained almost half a second there. I got distracted. I guess distracted is a better word. Actually, this Ferrari is really good for the chicane as well, because the nose loves to go into the corner if it's a short corner. If it's a long corner, then it quickly loses the grip, but wait, or like... how's it called? Weight transfer, or like quick direction change. It does it really well, and then the rear just grips. So you flick the car into the apex and floor it. Leader is quick. So I need to be quicker. What the chicken. It's gonna be a good one for the leaderboard. Triple purple, let's go. Or is it gonna be green? Not even green, oh dear. Well, gained 4 tenths. Yeah, Decker, I guess. Whoopsie. Yeah, that video about Lawson versus Verstappen by Driver 61 was pretty good. That talked about this. Pointy front and then trying to survive the rear, trying to kill you. And I was like, well, that's how iRacing drives, right? The way that you have to make setups. In high-speed corners, it always feels like there is no rear wing. So that kind of explains why Max loves iRacing so much. In my opinion, which is, well, a 5K iRacer opinion. It's a cut. How much points I still have? I can still cut. Hi Nemo, thank you. Brake balance is esports. Max rear with ABS 10. But again, it's getting patched, I believe. It's not really like this brake bias is not the actual brake distribution, it's just the brake cylinders and like how the hydraulics is set. But in fact it's like 50 something front. Not sure what the offset is. Come on! I just about have the pace, but I have to nail every corner. Why is it understeering so much now? I'm gonna take one more orange cut, but that was the last one. It's funny how the rear left doesn't care about going to the curb flat out. Some cars really struggle if you put on the last corner exit here the rear left on the curb a lot. There is still no detection for cuts at turn 2. No, about brake bias to the rear, it's not really a preference, it's just how currently the tires are. The rears are way too forgiving. Yeah, the leader is struggling with the chicane as well, I see. A bit of tire wear and the balance changes a lot. The Ferrari is really good over curbs, right? I remember that from R Factor 2. Losing time now. The Bradbury, I think that's how GT3s are in every sim on the market at the moment. Because the devs are unable to make a front tire that keeps biting. So it's just about braking and rotating the cars on the brakes. That was my impression in both ACC and iRacing. But I have hopes for LMU so that gets fixed. They are the only ones actually working on it. I don't know where is iRacing GT3 tire, where in future they put that onto the cars. I have lost all the pace. I don't know. Oh, that's a shame, I had the pace to catch. Now I will need like, I don't know, half a second per lap. Which is a bit unrealistic. But But well, I keep pushing. Yeah, they did say in the update log that the thermal deck and so on is higher. So yeah, that makes sense. It's funny because when the game got released, the cars had still the RF2 old tires and the thermal deck was quite high. So even in a 15-minute or 20-minute race, the tires just lost 2 seconds sometimes if you overpushed. And then it went from 2 seconds to 2/10. Now it's, I guess, back to like half a second loss during a sprint race. I mean, I did gain half a second, and I need every lap half a second. Can take one more yellow cut. But next one and I get the drive-through. Not sure if I mismanaged lap 1. We really lost a lot of time with the other Ferrari, battling like crazy. But well, he had the worst pace. Żyje Jure. And yes, indeed, as I said before, like button is important to let YouTube know that I'm not dead, even though I have not streamed for 2 weeks. Has then that Aston absolutely destroyed his tires, or was it just a mistake? I'm focusing. And he's feeling the pressure now. Took it a bit safer, the chicane. Six tenths. Would be lovely to have the GP track now to gain the 6 tenths. But we only have the outer ring. Gonna have to be do or die chicane. Hope for no cut. One more lap, you know. I had the fuel. Well, just about. I had the pace, but I mean, we both did some mistakes. He lost half a second in the chicane some laps. I lost half a second in other laps. But good race. Oof. Yeah, here I was already kind of slightly missing the apex. You really have to have like most of the car on the curb and beyond. And it's so difficult to follow a car through the chicane, you just don't have the same feeling of where the white line is. Could take a bit more here. But then here especially, like, I kind of was scan deflected. I don't know. Should that be a cut? Like it's 3 wheels off, or is the white line still part of track? Maybe white line is part of track. Or maybe it's just the chicanes and the calculation being kind of more rough over chicanes where the cut is. Anyway, quick check for lap 1. I have to register for next one soon. But thank you guys for the GG's. Just need to check this turn 1, it was a bit naughty, I think. And the Ferrari already went full NASCAR into turn 1. And then I was like, well, switch back or around the outside, and I don't know, but he was leaving space, so I wanted to keep it on curb. Then at this point he decided to take the curb. I just went straight. I knew that if I keep flooring it I will get illegal overtake, so I waited for the cut warning to go away. I then went for the apex, but it's called tires. That was close for invalidation as well. Here I thought, well, he's giving up, but no, into the apex he goes. Side by side through the chicane without a cut, wow. I'm confused, why didn't he get illegal overtake here? Maybe because he never really completed it. No, he did complete it. I don't know. Anyway, slipstream, outside, turn in, hope for the best. That's a nice move, because at that point I'm kind of half on throttle, so I'm stable, but he's still kind of struggling to turn. So it will be him losing the car a bit more than I. Okay, one lap after that. Yeah, I left, and I left a lot of space. Yeah, he was not alongside on the turn-in point. I left esports amount of space. We all survived, all good, no drama. Quick online beginner daily. 57 seconds. Register. We are in. Wait, Why is it the full chicane? Is there a bug again? Dan! Dan, where are you? You wrote it's the Curva Grande layout of the track. Dan, why is there chicane? There shouldn't be a chicane. Would be fun with the prototypes without the chicane. It's supposed to be WC layout. Okay. I saw it was saying Curva Grande layout in Discord, so I imagined we are going straight at 350 kph. Well, next time I suppose. Where is my LMP2 steering rack? Yeah, that's the 3080. That's fine. I can still go straight. That's true. Max pedals for 58%. I thought we used around 70 normally. Okay. Oh, that's a weird camera position for what I want, so let's keep moving. Oh, there is still the bug. When camera is moving, it's freezing. Let's get it a bit higher. That's perfect. Maybe slightly further. And just down enough to keep the smile visible on the camera. Alright, let's drive. About the wet tire bug, I think they... well, he's going for the better layout. The wet tire bug is still being investigated, I think. But there has been quite a significant percent of people that struggled with it in the WEC experience intermediate races, so I wanted to do that round today, but I'm just scared, like makes no sense to keep risking bugs and DR losses if I can just do the dailies. So dailies are fun as well. Fabio, great question. So I don't really know yet. I have two options between which I'm choosing. But I don't want to say them aloud yet. Brake pressure, no, it doesn't really matter. Like you set the pedal to whatever kilograms you want. Like you just set it so that you know at what force of your left foot you reach the final point of the travel, and then in the setup you just make it as effective in the car as high as possible without locking up too much at full input. Okay, I even got a breaking point practice there. Guess we get 5 laps here. You think I will pick the Peugeot? Interesting. I mean, yeah, Peugeot is surely a nice car. Toyota, Let's see. Why is... I mean, I imagine the Italians with We'll all have the Lambo, I don't know. Is Amos Laurito doing it again? Like, he's the head of Lambo Esports, right? Or something like that. So I was like, well, why didn't he choose Lambo for season 1 already? Now maybe you guys all go for the Lambo. Amos hadn't time... copy. And wasn't he top 10 anyway? Maybe he wasn't. If he was top 10, it was... the pre-quali was not necessary, right? Also, I have Huizenfeld sprints. You pick Ferrari. Yeah, let's see. I don't like to take the car that everybody takes, except if it's actually visibly OP. Until now I didn't have any real data that would assure me that the Ferrari is actually really OP. The only data I have is just people driving with it. Like the percentage of people taking it. I can be much later on the brakes here. It's funny, as I look on the track temp here, 47.5, and then I get PTSD from iRacing, because if iRacing gets to 47.5, you basically don't have tires anymore. Oi, 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 oi. In smart control I have 40. I used to have full 65 for Formula Pro some years ago. And I think for the Man Virtual Series I was like 57, 58 kilograms. But I had pain in the knee, like if you practice for hours per day and constantly have to smash the brake pedal, it's not ideal. So now I'm like 38 or 40. And with the historic cars, which require constant full input, at least if you don't have to deal with the brake fade, I have like 30. A nice chicane. I think the car, like LMP2, it depends on the track. Where are you going, car? Where is the cut warning? Well, thankfully not appearing. On some tracks, this car is really strange. But here on this setup it feels fine. LMP2 doesn't like the anti-cuts, of course. Is that enough for provisional pole? Not anymore. It was for 10 seconds. the kilograms are not really relevant, to be honest. It's the first time I get only a green cut there. The kilograms are, I think, just what the load cell recognizes, but you can have different layouts, like different geometries that actually make you press more or less to achieve the same 50 kilograms. Again, I tested the Semicube active pedals at Maastricht. Had to have like 70 or 80 kilograms force to kind of mimic 50 kilograms on horizontal sprints. So hard to say what exactly is 50 and what is 40. That was such a nice lap, but actually that's gonna be more than enough. Wow, well, purple is free, and we have one more attempt. I moved brake bias one click to the rear specifically for turn 1 because I was locking up the front, and now the rear locked up. Oof. Anyway, that's looking like 3 liters per lap. And it will be... yeah, could be 13 laps. Will be 13 laps. So, okay, 40. 40 for the race. Skill issue with with BOP. Let's see. I mean, VMS Pro Season 2 will tell quite a bit about it. Looking forward. I'm looking forward to not taking the Ferrari. I mean, I will keep brake bias. About max pedal force, I think I can still keep it. Let's check Motec. We have a bit of time, right? How much? It's still quali session. Where is... okay. Inputs. Brake. Yeah, I still have quite flat brake input at the start, which means that I could easily get use of, like, I could make use of higher pressure for the first part. So if I put it from 70 to 80, I would be able to pick more brake later, but then I would have obviously to lift the brake a bit harder to avoid the lockups. Anyway, for the race, probably I'm keeping 70 anyway. Let's put maybe 3 clicks more. Just need to lift it more. I mean, Ferrari is Ferrari, right? I mean, to some extent it's the best hypercar. It has really good sounds. It feels on some tracks incredibly similar to the onboards of WEC. I still remember that racing of Ferrari Fixed at Interlagos. Like, that was exactly the feeling that I get from onboards of real life. But some other cars are maybe different or weird. No speed limiter on the grid yet. But there were one valves. Oh wait, one valve won. Okay. I surely saw Glickenhaus's win. But about one valve, that's interesting. Although for a wet race, kind of makes sense. Yeah, I hoped for skipping turn 1 to skip the madness. Brake, warm up the brakes, right? That's important on this car. I didn't warm them up enough. Anyway, good launch, but I will have to brake very early. Not enough of a switchback. Silly me. I always forget to warm up the brakes on the P2. Nice bottoming. Who made the setup? Need to add a bit of a packer. Slipstream time. Should have probably braked earlier and made the switchback. That's a very cheap chicane skip, right? Only half a point. Well done. That's Italy, right? Proper Monza summer experience. Where is the suits? Well, we are suitsing. -24 today, nice. I mean, it's been a hot day. We had like 15 here, but there was a bit of rain, so would have been more without the rain. Hope you guys are enjoying the sparks. I've never had them enabled. But new CPU now allows for a bit more, I would say a bit more eye candy, but I don't think that these LMU Sparks are the ultimate eye candy yet. Here we go. But now I'm too close for a proper overspeed, oh no. The first gear, if you take turn 2 in this way, you just lose all the power in low RPM because the first is so long. That's annoying. Well, how to overtake then? Actually, I have to defend now, more than overtake. Yeah, 9800X3D indeed, and I have 3080 RTX. So it's pretty solid combo. We all understeered. Struggling so much to get the front in. But probably that's not brake bias problem. No ARB visible here in the setup. Probably the front spring is quite stiff. Or the ARB, or both. Yeah, then it's how it was I think, was it in hypercars at the start that you just had to have max slip, almost minimum cut. Or in GTs as well, it's not, it depends on the tires, right, and the tires get consistently updated, so the TC mapping is dependent on the current tire model. Well, there we go. Sorry. I just have to open it up as much as possible to get this first gear going. And I overdid it. Guess today I'm taking the rubbing is racing approach. gonna assume that I'm not getting dive bombed. But, okay. He lifted out of it. Actually, this could be the best ever chance now. No, what am I doing? Brake! I wanted to make that dummy. But then my brain got fried. It's difficult to overtake, I don't know. Ooh. Lucky, unlucky. Breathe deeply. Focus, re-catch. Pace is there. But yeah, he's driving a really solid race, the leader. And the LMP2 tends to be quite weak when it comes to slipstream. There is quite some slipstream here at Monza, but well, it's Monza. It doesn't get better than this, apart from Le Mans. Evening Sub-Z. Where was that guy going? Looked like perpendicular into the wall. Right, there is no wheel lock on these cars. Have to do 10-point turn to get back to the correct direction. It would be better to run third gear through Lesmo 2, but that compression just makes the car bottom so hard that it's unstable in third. Good thing is that I'm consistently much better in the last corner, so eventually I will get a run on him. But I don't know, like it's tricky to get correct braking point or like correct braking progression through here. Need to like really lift enough, like lift a lot but not too much, the brake pedal. Such a delicate balance between lock up and just not stopping. But the leader is struggling. I'm just too early on his rear. Then he gets the side draft and I could try forcing myself around the outside, but he can easily just run me off. Fair enough. I'm never far enough alongside. Should have 3 more attempts. Hyper, the new CPU is beautiful. And now I'm heavily limited by GPU. Come on! Done in the F1 style. I'm really not a fan of the rules where you can just take apex and run the other guy off, but that's how everybody races, and in real life especially, so I can only learn from that and do that. Anyway, in the lead, 1 lap to go. Back to front with brake bias, as I was locking the rear a bit. It to feel odd to drive. Yeah, I mean, it does in some way. I really like it though. But I mean, yeah, I like everything with more downforce. Thank you, Jonathan. I mean, as I said before, the situation with the cooler being mounted on three points and the fourth is without the spacer, and then therefore probably not 100% straight, is not ideal. The temperatures are a bit too hot, but I think in the next days I'm gonna stop by the PC shop again and get another 10 euro adapter and get the fourth spacer and double check the thermal paste, because maybe I didn't spread it properly, even though I didn't do anything massively wrong there. And then maybe I can get the temps down from 85 to 65. And across the line to take the second win of the day. And the third podium. That was fun. Guys, my stream works, my game works, my PC works. That's beautiful. I took so much time to fix it, but there were so many incredible small tiny issues. If you guys missed my explanation of what happened yesterday, it was the blur filter, OBS blur plugin for this camera. So my background was blurred, but it was absolutely eating CPU. I used that plugin before as well, and I didn't really had an issue. I don't know, or maybe I didn't realize it, but now suddenly it was impossible. If it was rendered by GPU, I lost 30% in-game FPS. If it was rendered by CPU, the OBS stopped OBSing, so... Should we check a bit of replay? I always mess up these starts. I don't know what is it. I mean, okay, I know what is it. It was the brake temp here, but still. Could have braked maybe 2 meters later, but there. Monza turn 1 is not really a corner where it's comfortable to push it on cold tires and cold brakes. Yeah, I already hit him a bit. Yeah, he was kind of in the middle of the road. And the server shuts off. Copy. Red Bull needs to put me in that second car. I mean, if Lawson is 1 second off, how many seconds would I be off? But that's a great question. Like, I have a lot more experience in racing than Liam Lawson. In some way, like there is, if you know how sim racing works, if I had like 1 month of every day building up, like from Formula 4 to Formula 1, if I had like $20 million, buy that 1 month of racing experience on a track, I don't know, like sometimes I watch these rookies drive around, like at Melbourne. I watched him, I saw like it's obvious, like he just put too much throttle and spun it around. I've done it many times in RF2 on wet track, and then I learned what to do with the right foot. And it's not much different in F1, right? I don't know. Would love to have Daniel Ricciardo in the second seat of Red Bull for this season. About 5.8 X3D and 3070, it's I don't know. It's open Task Manager and see what is burnt more. At the moment, I have much more GPU usage, of course, after CPU upgrade, but I have the most NASA CPU possible for gaming, so. And I have ultra wide 144, right, so. Anyway. Hi, iRacing Southern Africa, welcome. So I just wanted to quickly check that overtake again, because I think there is something to learn from it, and I'm not doing more races. So in case you don't want to see that, I'll say very much thank you for your what's it called, presence, and the chat and viewing and the likes. But if you want to watch a little bit of replay analysis, because I want to learn a thing or two, feel free to stay for 5 more minutes. It's more difficult to overtake here than expected. But there is so many nuances to overtaking. Like, I was always too close out of Parabolica to get a proper run on the guy. Yeah, for me about CPU, it's because OBS burns a lot of CPU. Like 1/3 or even more of what the sim burns, so. I'm actually GPU limited, but because of OBS, it's suddenly CPU limited. But oh well, now with 9800 X3D, I'm not CPU limited. So maybe I had a run here already, right? Yeah, that was the one. Great exit, brake as late as I dared to have a good line. Like, I mean, that was optimal cornering. I left sporting amount of space and a bit of room for margin. And then I was ahead, but yeah, you know, if this was a FIA sanctioned event, I would have gone straight to the curb. And if he touched me, it would be on him. But I'm just not racing to that rules. I think, like, I mean, we are side by side. I have to give him space, so I do that subconsciously. I gave him space. I floored the gas pedal, and the revs were basically zero. And in such a tight line, I couldn't get the revs up. And then, for some reason, I couldn't get a switchback out of here. I think it's also because this car is so stiff and it doesn't like the anti-cut. And every time you want to have a switchback, you have to touch the anti-cut a bit. And that just destroys the acceleration. Was it here the same issue? Side draft. Yeah, indeed, side draft is pretty strong. So here again, all is good. First gear, I try to open it up a bit. I mean, you know, FIA rulebook. Actually, I gave him space. And I killed my front carbon fiber there. Around outside here was not possible anyway. I'm so stupid. I was like, I'm gonna dummy him. I'm gonna quickly show my nose to the right, so he will, in the last moment, cover a bit more, so I will have more advantage around the outside. But at this point I was like, oh, he's turning left quite a lot, so actually there is space. And instead of going left, I saw the gap, so said to myself, well, let's go for it. But problem is, you know, like, it's already 150 board here, and this is green part of track on the inside. I hit the brakes, have a bit of a wobble, and yeah, no way to make that corner. And then you get the red warning, and red warning means drive-through, so luckily it went orange. And then Kevin gets P2, and he gets excited, and it goes around. Was just waiting for that car to hit my side, but lucky. Oh no! Ah, he unbeached himself, okay. And then finally, I catch the guy. Side draft. I pull maximum to the left, almost as the track allows, to reduce the side draft. And then I brake. Not late enough. Try switchback. You just cannot get enough of a switchback with GT Freeze. That was as clean as it gets. 1 1 millimeter overlap. If this was iRacing, I would have just spun out and crashed into the wall or something. Or I would have lost the whole rear wing. Oh, he really battled hard here. I don't know. I guess FIA would say he was ahead at the apex. And then he was stuck in second gear. It was... yeah, actually, if he was in first... Okay. A bit of a over the limit move from me here. I think he was really good around the outside, but I mean that's what happens in real life racing. Like in real life, the car on the left just goes straight into the guy, and they both crash and DNF, and they don't care. Sorry if that was a bit over the limit, but well, we had some hard racing today. All right. Yeah, yo. I don't know what is it about iRacing. It just keeps appearing in my head, all the scenarios of what would happen in iRacing. And I have not really done that many hours in it, but I still keep thinking of it. Yeah, Jack, I saw you eventually in P3. Good progress from the grid. Alright, well guys, at this point that's gonna be it. I was thinking of streaming the... wait, was it the weekly? Yeah, today is the weekly and on a Friday, but on Friday I'm not at home and today I have other things. But for the special, I really wanted to do this. But like there is a problem with wets, right? I don't know if it's on all cars. I hope it gets fixed in time so that we can actually race this. But I don't want to prepare for 3-4 hours or even 1 hour and then join the server and suddenly have crashed desktop because I take the wets. But I mean, let's see. Maybe there is a hotfix before the weekend. Well, let's see. Let's see how it goes. Until next time, or until the weekend if things go well. Saw someone doing it in GT3 and he had... I mean, most people don't have the problem. It's like 10% of people that have the problem, and 10% is a lot. Like, that's a big chance. Hasta luego. Have a nice night, nice evening, nice second half of the week, everyone, and see you next time. Bye bye.